Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about a lot of things in this video. We're going to talk about the Fed, CBDCs, Ripple, XRP. So let's take a look. Jerome Powell strikes again. You ever take notice when this guy talks, all of a sudden the markets go red? And it looks like that's going to continue because I believe we're going to see a lot more rate hikes as well. No exit ramp for Fed's Powell until he creates a recession, economists say. He stressed that the Fed lacks clarity on the ceiling of interest rate increases in the absence of such an economic slowdown. They have no idea where the top is yet because they have no idea where inflation settles down with the recession. That's why I said he's going to continue raising rates. And I already felt like we were in a recession, but it looks like things are going to get much worse. Powell just confirmed there will be a digital dollar. And he says a digital dollar can send Bitcoin to zero. U.S. Congressman Stephen Lynch expressed concern Wednesday over the possible impact of a central bank digital currency, asking Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell to ponder the potential for a tokenized version of the U.S. dollar to wipe out other digital assets. Lynch's comments came as Powell testified before the House Financial Service Committee, fielding a series of questions about digital assets. He said, I'm worried about a lot of these stablecoins and other cryptocurrencies, Lynch said. Do they go to zero when we come up with a CBDC that has the full faith and credit of the United States behind it? Let me tell you something. The US dollar right now is backed by empty promises and a ton of debt. Nothing's really holding it up at this point. And no matter what they do with the digital dollar, I don't believe it's even going to send Bitcoin to zero. But think about it. They have to move that digital dollar in the future from one CBDC to another. How are they going to do that? Most likely using RippleNet. And then with XRP in there as the trust layer in between two CBDCs. I still believe SWIFT is not going to be the option of the future. Fed Chair Powell, we have real-time payments in this country very soon. Now, I know for a fact he's pushing forward with the CBDC. He likes to downplay it and say, I'm not even considering that right now. That's a few years off from now. But when you look at this map and you see the United States is in the development phase of a CBDC, and you look at Russia, who's in a pilot phase, you can bet Powell is pushing forward as fast as he possibly can. Because if not, how's he going to keep up with the rest of the world? That's what makes sense to me. And they're going to roll that out without a vote under an emergency situation. Wait and see. Senior U.S. House Republican says CBDCs could be weaponized as a political tool. So recent actions from the Biden administration make it clear they're not only itching to create a digital dollar, but they're willing to trade Americans' rights to financial privacy for surveillance-style CBDC, Emmer told an audience at Cato Institute, a libertarian think tank in Washington. He argued Thursday that a government token could easily be weaponized into a surveillance tool, and the U.S. government could program a CBDC to choke out politically unpopular activity. In other words, if you speak against the government, they shut your money off. You go online and you talk against the government, they shut your money off in the future. The good thing is some politicians are starting to wake up. They want to get laws out ahead of the CBDC coming. Crypto exchanges could face possible class action lawsuit. Now, this is something else, and I can't even believe Gary is suggesting this to happen. We believe Coinbase, Robinhood, and other exchanges have violated the law, and investors who lost money purchasing cryptocurrencies on their platforms may be entitled to recover those losses, Grady stated in the press release. So, in the future, if you were to invest in crypto and you lost money, then you could go back and sue Coinbase for those losses. That's not going to be good for crypto in any way. Think about it. We got into crypto. We rolled the dice. We were gambling. Today, it's much easier. You have the ISO coins, the utility-driven coins. Now you invest in those, you know they have a future. You know that at some point you're going to make money on your investment. But what if you were to come in and invest in a meme and all of a sudden your money goes to zero? Now you could turn around and sue Coinbase in the future. I don't think that's right in any way. Rosalind Layton, Gensler refuses to engage the retail crypto investors he claims to be defending, and his incoherent everything crackdown on the U.S. financial marketplace only strengthens the idea that his war on crypto is about furthering his career, not what's best for investors, the economy, or innovation. And I always felt like Gary cared about himself only. And I'm sure this is all about him getting that big name, the guy who regulated crypto, the guy who created the crackdown on crypto. That'll give him a better place in the future as far as employment once he finally leaves the SEC. Gary Gensler's SEC is playing a game, but not the one you think. Gary and Warren are destroying we the people's opportunities. Stop the corruption. Is the SEC overcompensating, or is it something more sinister? At best, the recent round of regulatory crackdowns is a product of the SEC overcompensating for its past failures, which go much further back than just FTX and Terra. At worst, they're an attempt by Gensler to distract us from the fact that he's either corrupt or inept, and hoping we forget that he met with Bankman-Fried in 2022. What we need to remember is that Quan is still free, so is Bankman-Fried, yet millions of retail investors had their life savings wiped out. Where was Sheriff Gensler then? And that's what you gotta focus on and always remember. The fact that Do Kwon is free, Sam Bankman-Fried is free, but retail investors lost every penny. Some of them probably went fully bankrupt. And, Gary wasn't looking out for those people when he should have been. Attorney General Letitia James makes the startling claim not only are Terra and Luna securities, but also Ethereum. Now, I don't know if they're setting the stage for Ethereum to fall, because Gensler mentioned Ethereum as a security in the past. Now others are starting to catch on with that as well. And I feel that maybe that's going to be the next black swan event inside of crypto. All of a sudden, Ethereum gets drug into court. Who knows what's going to happen? But when they're talking about it, you need to pay attention. How did she go from $12 million to $67 million since 2019? These numbers seem a bit off, and this is about Elizabeth Warren. I don't know where she makes all of her money, but it seems like an awful lot of it. And I know she's on board with the big banks. That's who she cares about. Again, she does not care about the retail investor, but she does care about the tax money that she's going to bring in once crypto finally takes off. That's what's important to her. That's why I always felt she should just walk away from crypto at this point. Will retail investors shape the future of crypto? Retail investors play a very important role in crypto right now. Retail investors refers to individual investors who buy and sell cryptocurrencies for their investment portfolios. In traditional finance, TradeFi, retail investors are called Main Street. Comparatively, professional and institutional investors are known as Wall Street. In cryptocurrency, retail investors have been instrumental in driving demand and often lured by the seduction of moonshot returns from crypto's decentralized freedom of access by anyone with an internet connection. This has led to increased adoption and acceptance, helping establish crypto as a viable alternative asset class to traditional currencies. Considering Bitcoin retail supply surged 17%, approximately 3.57 million in December of 2022. Last year, the market witnessed multiple collapses such as FTX. Nevertheless, retailers were undeterred. This is according to on-chain research firm Glassnode, shared by an analyst. Let me tell you something. We were undeterred for a few reasons. Number one, we knew the fall of FTX was created by one person, not crypto as a whole. And we're investors that invest in utility and use case. We're in XRP investors. So we know that this market's going to turn around at some point. We are going to make money. And what's your other option to invest outside of crypto? Think about it. What are you really going to invest in that's going to give you life-changing money? There's not many options out there. And look at inflation is skyrocketing. Most people invest in crypto hoping to get those massive gains to offset inflation as well. But because we're retail investors, we always want to stay in crypto. You know, we came in as investors. Then we got here. We got interested in the communities. We got interested in the videos around crypto. Now there's no turning back. We learned so much along the way. And that's why we'll always be undeterred. They will call us visionaries. While the whole world was having a big old party, few outsiders and weirdos saw that what no one else could. And that's what it was also. We're visionaries. We see where XRP is going in the future, where XRP could be a year, 2 years, 3 years from now. That life-changing wealth that's going to come from our investment. But it took that vision to get here. And you always got to remember when you're talking to family and friends, most of them don't share the same vision me and you share. You know, I come here and I make videos because I know you see what I see. That's what's great about crypto. We had enough vision to get here. Let's hold on to that. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you watching my videos. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.